Sag. Welcome to the week ahead. Sagittarius, like, I had to do this twice because I feel like there's a bunch of things happening and more than one message in a message. That makes sense to you. I hope it does. Underlying it, I feel like you just want to feel good, right? You don't want to deal with anything. You just want to feel good, probably really feeling the Cancer energy, right? Well, you have a light and shadow energy, and it's kind of like, it's reversed. So in these cards, reverse doesn't mean bad. It just more tends to, it's a different, it's belief beyond non-belief, right? And it's like there's something, you're achieving something. It's like you're getting a green light to something, and the shadow of that is like you're just not really sure you believe it, right? It's being afraid to believe that this is really happening because you've really, with the Six of Swords being here, it feels like you've waited. And definitely you've waited for this decision, because the decision is coming from an organization or a person, because the King of Swords can be someone in charge. And I don't know, it's like something you've waited for is being, going your way. And there's you saying, I don't know, is it? Can I trust this? Can I start making plans? Can I start packing my bags? Because you show up as the Knight of Wands, and this is like, because I feel like what happens sometimes is when we wait for things or work for things, and it's like a really long time, that when it changes, and when it changes too quickly, like in opposition with how long we've been waiting for this, it almost seems like, really, that's it? That can't be true. Like, just like that, it's mine, and I think you might be having a hard time believing it. Like it seems to, now the universe wants you to be receptive, to be like, yes, this is true because I deserve it, and now things are going to move. And I just kind of feel like that's what's happening. It may make you a little standoffish, even though you actually have to make a decision now, because, this is positive movement forward. This is what you've been wanting, and this is like the speed that you've been wanting, but you haven't gotten it, right? Because you've been waiting. And, with the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords, it's kind of like that energy. Let me think, And it's so funny with this message in a bottle and to the sea, because I feel like there's more than one thing going on here. And this is what really confused me, because you were showing up, like the Ace of Pentacles is showing up with the Queen of Swords. So there's definitely a lot here about communication, and it could be communication about this thing, right? This thing you've been waiting for. I don't feel like it's love, but if it's love to you, it's love to you, right? But we have the King and Queen of Swords. And, so there's a lot here about communication. And it's communication that has been kind of a long time in coming. But now that it's here, it's like, what do I do now? And for you, I kind of feel like, you have to make a decision about this. You do. There still is some risk involved, honestly. You want to make the right decision, but, things could go wrong. and make sure that you're doing the right thing. So it's a strange thing when we actually get what we've been wanting. It kind of makes us freak out a little bit, and I feel like that's what's happening now. If I also was feeling that there may be a message from someone that wants to clear the air with you. Because the Ace of Pentacles can be an offer of peace. They want to move on from something, this Five of Swords energy. And then the Queen of Swords shows up for that. It's kind of like, and I feel like if this is the story that is happening to you, there's so much about you being blunt this week. And so it's so funny because when I was channeling your energy, I was thinking about that meme that says, yeah, it's me, I'm the problem. Because I feel like you might be really in that energy this week. Being blunt, being direct, taking no prisoners in that, right? So on some level, you feel that, right? So maybe that might account for some of that holding back energy. And I feel like with this person, if this is a person for you, I don't feel like you're going to answer their message, to be honest. And even if it's about this opportunity, I think that you are going to take a minute. I feel like I need to take a minute, right? If this is a person who wants to make something right with you, Sag, the reason you're taking a minute is because you have a lot to say. Obviously they blew things up, but you have a lot to say. We can talk about peace, right? But it's not instant. You're going to hear what I have to say first. And I feel like that's this message may kind of really bring in the Queen of Swords for you, which has nothing to do with emotion and everything to do with, there are things I've been wanting to say, I'm going to say them now. You want to make peace? Cool. I'm just saying. But in terms of whatever this is for you, there is this energy of you being very blunt about everything, right? And wanting a minute. Give me a minute. Because you're in this energy, right? There are decisions to be made. You don't want to make them rashly because the Queen of Swords is logical. The Queen of Swords she gets all the facts. She, in my opinion, she's a fact finder, and not just for now, for later, right? So there's not going to be any instant decision on your part, and I also feel like there's this energy of, let me take this in. Give me a minute, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, Sag. And that's because there's risk involved. And really in either thing, Sagittarius, there's risk involved if you're looking to fix things with people. There's risk involved with this opportunity to get what you have wanted, for sure. But there's still risk involved. And I feel like you're like, this is a risk for me either way. No matter what it is for you, it's a risk. So normally, we would just rush in and, but I feel like you're not. And I feel like what you're saying is let me think. Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Now, the other people in this scenario may be rushing you towards decisions. And I feel like that's when you're likely to be telling them some truth. Because you're not going to be rushed here. You want to sit with your thoughts. You want to not make a rash decision because you're not about impulsive risk anymore. You're about calculated risk. And you're not just thinking about right now, I'm thinking ahead. Because, hello, I'm a big picture person. Right? And you're being honest about that. You're being honest about the fact that you just want, give me a minute. Okay, let me think about it. And, you know, so that might have you butting heads with people a little bit, but ultimately, what can they do? I mean, they made, whoever, whether it's people making things right with you or this decision towards this thing you've waited for, they made you wait. So they can wait a little. They can wait a little because you shouldn't make decisions like that. And that's, you know, it's kind of like that's the energy with the Eight of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Almost feels like it's moving too quickly. So, you know, you're like, give me a minute. Give me a minute. So in terms of your relationships, it does feel like very single energy here, but I kind of feel like you, wherever you're at, like if you're in a relationship or you're single or whatever it is, you just want to feel good because the Divine Feminine is here. You know, you're kind of about, you know, feeling comfortable, and that's what you want to feel is comfortable right now. You want to nurture yourself. Very Cancer season-ish, right? And there is like some pain here, so there may be, you know, for the single people, that could be just the pain of being alone, just the pain of waiting for a soulmate. If you're with someone, there could be a specific thing that you are needing to work out with them, some pain, right? But it's so funny because you are like, you know what? I'm feeling good right now. And I just want to feel that. I just want to nurture good feelings. So when divine timing, when it's the right time, this will be worked out. Whatever it is. It's amazing how much you're in this energy, Sag. And with the Six of Wands and the Three of Swords, you know, it's just, I feel like you don't want to have anything to do with, you know, you don't want to talk about hard feelings or heartbreak, or I just feel like you want to draw attention to positivity. You want to draw attention to feeling good. And, you know, it's not that you don't have these feelings. You do. You know, you have been dealing with what you've lost. And it does hurt. But I don't feel like that's something you want to reflect out. And it's just not something that you want to, you know, spend your time on. And this is a decision you're making. Like, maybe it's just that enough time has been spent on that, right? And you just want to feel good. So, if, you know, particularly, it's like if people want to work something out or settle an argument or bring something back up, you're just like, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good right now. I don't want to. And that's okay, Sag, because you believe that whatever this is, it's not the time to deal with it. You know that somehow. And trust that gut. It will never lead you wrong. For real, for real. So let's get into your mantra for the week. And we'll take a quick look at what actions you might need to take to get ready for the week ahead. It says, What's the mantra for Sag? Wow, Sag. I am willing to see my sameness with others. This opens my awareness to oneness, which is really we are all connected, right? Seeing yourself in others allows you to save yourself a lot of heartache, actually. All is well. Oh my goodness. There's our thing. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And I accept the gifts I've been given as a high service to the world. Amen, amen. So let's take a look at how you can be ready for the week ahead. And we'll wrap this up. What can Sag do today to be ready for the week ahead? What can Sag do today to be ready for the week ahead? Brace yourself. The Tower's here, okay? Anything else? You know, especially for these changes coming. Yeah, it's like, you sense something coming. Don't worry about it. Just be open and ready for it. And just know that there is nothing that you cannot handle. You know, Nine of Pentacles. Being grateful for, you know, the things you have overcome. Pretty much says, there's nothing you can't handle. Period. So don't worry. So if you're sweating what you feel is coming, do not. Do not. Okay, Sagittarius, that's what I have for you, Toodles.